Now, what I'm about to do, while I got the other side jacked up to rotate the tire, I'm gonna go ahead and take this bolt off of here and just clean this magnet. This is the rear differential, where there's the rear axle where two shafts go in here and turn the gear. On that long drive shaft there, it goes all the way up through the transmission, and that's what makes her have rear wheel drive. Now on 4-wheel drives, you have one of these in the rear and also one of these in the front. And on the rear, where you see the end of the axle there, at the end where those bolts, 8 bolts are torqued in there at 95 foot-pounds. When you loosen those, you can pull the whole axle out, and then the oil is going to drain out, and then you'll be able to take out the inner the bolt that's on the inside and pull this whole hub off. Because in order to replace the rear rotors, you have to take all of that out to loosen it, to pull this whole disc off for the rear rotors. But the rear brakes don't go bad as often as the front brakes. You see, this has more meat on it here than the front. I replaced my rear brakes about every other time when I replace the front. But and it has wheel bearings also on the inside of this rear axle, and the wheel bearings really don't ever go bad unless they get you have a leak, you don't have your axle tight on there, or your gasket on, and it begins to leak. I'm gonna have to put this phone down and loosen this bolt because it's tight. Okay, I got it loosened. It was tight, but what I was saying is the wheel bearings, as long as you got fluid in your differential, as you're driving, the fluid goes from side to side, and it keeps your wheel bearings lubricated. So it's very seldom that they would go bad. However, as the gears turn on the inside of this differential, it breaks off little pieces. Oh, where did that go? Oh, I want to make sure I don't get any dirt on that. It breaks off little pieces, small tiny pieces, and so this bolt is a magnet. So you see here on top of the bolt, that's all metal shaving pieces. So it's good to every now and then take this bolt out frequently and just clean it off. I'm going to show you. Get a piece of tissue, a paper towel. It's good to take that bolt out and you just wipe the, see how that comes off there? But it gets hard, see? And that's metal. All of that's metal. And see, over time, if you neglect PMs, preventative maintenances, that's what could cause the wheel bearings to go bad. But it would take a lot of that, you know, over time, just to ignore it, because it ain't like it builds up that much metal. But those gears, they do break off little small shavings, and if it gets the magnet all clogged up, then they're going to be floating around in your fluid. So it's good to keep the magnet clean, and then that way, as the fluid passes by, the magnet just pulls out all the shavings. So that's that. And then there's a line here. I don't know if you can see that. It says fluid level, and it should be there. It should be there. And you can stick your finger in and make sure that it's level there. You should be able to feel fluid, and I do. So I've got enough fluid in there, and that's that. And I'll just put this bolt back on and carry on with my business. But yeah, that's the rear differential. And if you got one on the front, you do the same thing to the front.